Yeah. Classic. That's a vintage song. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
I remember when it came out when I was a kid.
What's going on, Joey?
Good evening, Coach Crow. How are you doing this evening?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I'm glad I was able to make it, man. DC, man, traffic when it rains, they'll take a 20-minute trip and turn it into an hour. So sorry, everybody, that we are behind. It is my fault. I thought I was going to be able to make it from Bladensburg back to Brandywine in 25, 30 minutes, but with that rain, it took an hour. So, things happen. So I apologize for being tardy today, but that's still not going to deter us from having a great show. A lot of great things going on this week in the world of semi-pro, Joey. It's a lot of championship games coming up this week, especially a couple in my area. So that's the ones I'm going to talk about. Did you get those flyers?
Yeah, I just haven't had time to actually make a video. I had to run that errand just before we went on the air.
Oh man! All right, so
yeah, I was on the road when you were sending them. I was like,
that's okay. That's okay. So what we'll do is we'll get the first two coaches up. Let's go ahead and let Coach Cortez in, and go ahead and let Coach Jason Rock in. So this weekend,
I got Jaden May and I got Jason Rock. Who am I looking for in this one?
Both of them. Let them both in.
Let them both in. All right, let them all
both in. Let both the coaches in. We're gonna get the show started quickly. Hey, Coach Jason, I see you there, and see if Cortez will be on in a second. But this weekend, there you go. All right, this weekend we have the Franklin County Tigers, coached by Coach Cortez, and then you got the Virginia Mutiny, coached by Coach Jason Rock. How you fellas doing?
Good. How you doing? What's up, J Rock?
Another day was good, sir.
All right. So we ain't gonna have you gentlemen on here long. I know you are practice, Coach Jason, and I know Cortez, you about to take your family out. So I appreciate you guys' time on this evening. I just want to give you guys a quick minute to talk about your organizations and just kind of talk about this game this weekend. So I'll start with you, Cortez.
Yeah, man. As y'all know, man, the Tigers have been around for a while. The organization for a long time struggled, man. You know what I mean? And 4 years ago, they brought me on board as head coach, and we immediately turned things around. We brought some discipline and structure to the organization. We started to win some games. We've played in the AFA championship already. Unfortunately lost that game, but we really turned this organization around to get to this point where we are now, to be, in the national rankings, considered, for national bowl games, national championships, and back in the AFA championship again. Like I tell my guys all the time, and people that I've spoken to before, this is one of the most talented teams I've ever been around. There's talent everywhere. We've never, from our past, we've never had depth like this. We've never had, a team like this at all. To the point where I know going in and out of games, I can trust my guys. I don't have to worry about, anything. And I know we're going against a great team in the Mutiny. I got nothing but love and respect for J Rock. We talk all the time and whatnot. And I know this weekend it's going to be a clash of the Titans, man. Great defenses, two good offenses and whatnot. It's going to be a clash of the Titans this weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. And you guys have come a long way with the Franklin County Tigers. I remember a few years back when I was coaching Baltimore Hurricanes, it was really a stat game. We went out there to get our stats up. And you guys have come a long way, and that's perseverance in the organization. There's good ownership right there.
Absolutely.
And Josh, and just sticking with it. And then, like I said, you guys really turning it around. And that's a testament to how it's supposed to be done. You're not going to always come out, winning 50, 60 games. Sometimes you're going to come out at the low end of the stick. But if you know what you believe in and you believe in a way of doing business, and you keep adding on, you can end up where you guys are now. And then I think in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken, in the rankings. We're going to have another ranking tonight, so I might have gave something away. But in the top 10. And I'm proud of you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing a great game Saturday.
Absolutely.
Coach Jason, talk a little bit about the Mutiny Squad and what to expect from you guys this weekend.
Well, as y'all both know, I mean, the Mutiny have always been a great organization. Started back in 1999. Rod Anderson, still the owner. You know, the Mutiny went away for a little bit. We brought it back. Since the rebirth, we went 8-2 our first season on the rebirth. Then we had some down seasons. I mean, me and Crow talked the other day. Our last full season, if you don't count our preseason games, we were only 2-6. Last year we won one game. COVID happened, so we didn't have a season. So this being my first year as a head coach, to turn around from a 2-6 season to be sitting here at 10-1, top 5 in the nation, playing for a championship, it's just a blessing. I owe it to my guys. I tell people I'm a player's coach. You know, I connect at a different level with my guys, so therefore my guys, you know, sometimes will do a little bit extra for me. You know, where another coach may beat me in X's and O's, I feel like I can beat them with knowing what my guys are capable of and where to put them.
Yep.
Right place, right time. But I mean, Mutiny's always been the same as far as being well-structured, well-disciplined. You mean, you've never heard about the Mutiny having a brawl or anything like that. It's always been a classy organization. I mean, the last game we played, I think Cortez and them were 2, we were 10.
Yeah.
You know, they scored. We came right back on a kickoff, turned that. 17 seconds left, we kick a field goal. 14 seconds left. They went from their own 40, got tackled at the 2-yard line with no time left on the clock.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a game. Yeah. I mean, obviously Cortez wants it to maybe the end to be a little bit different.
Right.
And to be honest, so do I. I don't want my heart falling on my chest with 2 seconds left.
You ain't lying.
I was halfway tempted to pull a Mike Tomlin and reach my foot out on the field. You know what I mean? Nah, I would. You know, Cortez, though, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, man.
Or would I? But nah, it's gonna be a good game. You know what I mean? There's a lot of love in between the two organizations. You know, I got 2 coaches and 2 players on my staff that came over from the Franklin County Tigers.
Yep.
So there's a lot connected behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. And like Cortez said, me and Cortez talk about twice a week. So you know, it's sometimes just about life.
Right.
That's it, man.
We're kind of the same dude. We're both real fiery coaches. A lot of people don't like us. I don't
Absolutely.
lose no sleep. Don't lose no sleep.
I like you. I like you.
But yeah, no. This weekend should be it's gonna be a good game. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna come down to you know, maybe who prepared a little bit better, who
That's it. Yeah.
who, you know what I mean, who just wants a little bit more. Ultimately.
Absolutely. And sometimes, you know, championship games, you know, I say, you know, the coaches, you guys do most of your work during the season. The championship game really does come down to the players. And who's going to execute the game plan and who's going to make the least amount of mistakes. All things that you guys can't do on the field. You don't call a fumble, pick 6. Yeah, I don't call those plays. I never seen a coach call that play. So all those things that, you know, you put in place throughout the season, this game is really on the players. It really is. I believe that's just my philosophy. The players want it. The players are going to execute and do it as you say, and do it how they've been doing it all year. That's the team that's going to come out the victor in these games, you know. So, you know, and it also the biggest thing, the team that plays 60 minutes.
That's it. Yep.
Every minute counts. 60 minutes. We won a championship with the Legends because the team we were playing decided that they only wanted to play 57 minutes. While we were set to play 60. And that was the difference in the game. That was the difference. He was like, well, they did this and all, but then they play 60. And that's the biggest thing. So remind you guys to play 60 minutes because the team that does that usually tends to be a little bit better. So I'm not going to hold you, gentlemen. Like I said, I'm not going to take you through the gauntlet of questions like we usually do. I do appreciate you guys' time. I know you're about to go out, Cortez. I know, Jason, you're at practice, so I appreciate the 5 minutes. I will be in attendance. I had to figure out which game I was going to because you guys pushed it to 4 when you had it at 7. I had it was a ref issue or something like that. So I will be at you guys' game. I'm gonna have my popcorn ready, and I'm gonna be a fan. So it's gonna be
a good show. We got a
good
DJ.
Show.
We already have a great commentator. Great, you know what I mean, great scenery. We'll have a DJ booth. I should say everything this weekend. You know, it's the youth. It'll be a youth game. If the youth have on a jersey, they get it free. Parents and half price. All ex-Mutiny players and staff are welcome to the game as well. We're kind of recognizing the old mutiny at halftime.
Mhm.
It'll be a good thing.
Hey, it's definitely
and-
gonna be a good game.
and so
And it's
Potomac High School.
after the game.
So Potomac High School,
Yep.
Dumfries, Virginia.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Kickoffs at 4:00.
Yep. Gates open at
Sure.
2.
Gates open at 2. So everybody, let's get there. Let's support the Tigers, support the Mutiny. Good luck, gentlemen. I'll see you Saturday.
Yo, I'll see y'all Saturday, man.
All right, fellas. Later.
All right. So got to get those two gentlemen on, the two head coaches. I'm looking forward to a great game. I'm going to be in attendance. Coach Sean.
Hey,
Good to see you, brother. Good to
how
see you, brother.
doing?
Yeah, sorry if we're running a little behind, but DC traffic. DC traffic.
Hey, you didn't have to say anything else.
Oh my goodness. It rained today.
Oh, that made it even worse.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta be somewhere. I gotta start the show. But we're here now. We got rankings, man. I know we posted, we got our dates mixed up. We said we were gonna post them next week, but comes to find out this is the week to post them. So instead of posting them, we're gonna show them live on the show. It took us a while to get through these.
Yeah, I think this meeting, this last meeting, it went over 4 hours.
Yeah, it took us a while to do this one. Took us a while. So, first one up is the 3A top 25. And as you can see, there's been some movement. Some teams are going up, some teams going down, some teams have stayed put. The biggest thing in this one right now, Coach Sean, is in the top 5. Where we've had the Dallas Prime overtake the unconquered Cobras. What went into that decision for us?
Mostly the Prime had started the playoffs, if I'm mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, Unconquered Cobras, I think they had a bye week that they deservedly, deserve. And so, we know it's still a lot of football is going to be happening within these next few weeks. So, yeah, at the time we all agree with the Prime to go ahead and make that jump at this point.
Right.
But you may not stay there forever, but it just depends on how things shakes within these next few weeks.
Yes, it does. And like I said, both teams are playing great football. This is not a hit on the unconquered Cobras at all. Definitely not. Like I said, and then sometimes it comes down to games played, right? I mean, if you really look at it, Dallas has got 11 on there, and the Unconquered has 10. And like I said, it depends on where they're at in the season. So at the end of the day, both teams are playing great football. So, like I said, these championships coming up are going to mean a lot. How they play, how well they do, and and how and what they do. Now, the Southwest Florida Gladiators, they haven't moved. They're still number 1, 12-0 with the championship. So they stay put. So a team that was in here and that had been in here for a while has finally got. They actually took 2 losses in a row and they're out of there. That was the San Antonio Warriors, I believe. They were in I think they were number 3 or 4, and they are now down to 18 after taking 2 losses in a row. And so and one of those losses were to a team called the San Antonio Titans, who are now risen on that list. They're at 17. So that's a team that fell out the top 10 with 2 losses in a row, but they're looking to rebound here real soon because they're about to start their playoffs.
Right.
A team that I want to talk about is in that number 6 spot, the Baltimore Saints. So the Baltimore Saints have 1 loss on their record, but that one loss was in preseason, okay, and they were out of town. So Baltimore Saints may be the best 1-loss team on the list right now. They're playing excellent football, especially defensively. They won their conference championship game 3-0. So that's defensive football if I ain't ever seen decent defensive football. And a team that's also risen in the ranks over the last few weeks is the Overbrook Ducks. They also won their playoff game, their conference championship game in the NEAFL 6-0. So that's also defense that you can't, overlook. So these two teams are playing this weekend in Baltimore, Maryland for the NEAFL championship at 2:00. Now, I was going to try to hit that game and then hit the Mutiny game, but what happens, they changed the time from 7 to 4, and there's no way I don't have a time machine or a portal. I mean, I can go to Baltimore and to Dumfries in a day, but that's not the problem. The fields are 90 minutes apart. It's not gonna happen.
Look, and plus that DC traffic is not.
It's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So, hopefully they're streaming the Baltimore game. If they are, we'll get it on Sunshine Bowl and we'll watch it that way. But that's going to be a great championship game. Even though they play some very great defensive football in the conference championships, I feel like these two teams are probably someone's gonna explode for some points in this championship game. And I'm putting my money on Baltimore. Don't get me wrong. That Overbrook Ducks team is a proud team. I think they're out of the Philly area. Some of those guys have played around. I know a couple of them. I've seen them in various different teams, so I know they can ball. So it's not a hit on them. I just feel like the Baltimore Saints are ready to break out. That's just I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Another team in the top 10 is the Virginia Cyclones, right? So they have a conference championship game today. Not today, but Saturday versus the Skyhawks. What do you like or dislike about that matchup, Coach?
With that, I don't know. It's going to be a barn burner. I tell you that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So two good teams. They're going to be battling out.
Yeah, they split the season series, right. And I think both games were close.
Right. So it's going to be a true toss up.
It's really anybody's game. The Cyclones are confident because they felt like they lost to the Skyhawks on the last game of the regular season, a game that wasn't going to determine nothing. So they felt like they kind of let their guard down. And the Skyhawks are saying, listen, we beat you. We got a great win over the Knights the first game of the season. And then we just beat the Tomahawks last week. We are the team to beat. They're one of those scary playoff teams. Remember the Titans a couple years ago when they took out the Patriots, they took out Lamar Jackson and those guys, and unfortunately they had ran into the Chiefs. But they were a scary playoff team taking off teams that they shouldn't have. And I feel like this is what's going on with the Skyhawks.
Yeah, and also looking in that top 10, look at the Alabama Blackhawks. They've been slowly climbing. They've been on everybody's heels, and they got a good, they got a game that's coming up where the Columbus Storm will be coming into town this weekend. So it's gonna be a good second round game out of the APDFL.
Yeah, APDFL. Those guys really play. Like I said, I'm surprised Unconquered is still undefeated. That's one of those leagues where everybody, those top teams, it's really anybody's league. So don't get fooled by Unconquered being undefeated, because you're right. Those Alabama Blackhawks could take a win, get a sneaky win, or that Mississippi Dynasty can get a sneaky win. It's one of those leagues where don't it's like a Mike Tyson fight. Don't go to the refrigerator.
Right. And the Cobras now they do have a tough task coming up this weekend. They got the Georgia Thrashers. So the Thrashers are known to be spoilers at times. So it's gonna be a tough round for them.
Oh yeah, there's no easy wins. There's definitely no easy wins. See what else we got. Let's look at that 11 through 15. What do we like in here? Honestly, who I like in here, and I didn't really discover them until this last one, is the West Texas Oilers.
Yes.
Right. So the whole time when we were looking at the TUFL, and we were looking at them, their power rankings, they're always hovering around 6, 7. They were never, that team that caught your eye. And then boom, now they're saying they're the second best team in the league. And we started looking at some of their games, and they've been putting foot to butt quite a bit here lately. They like I said, I haven't got a chance to see a game on stream yet, but if I can search around, I'm gonna try to catch one this weekend. And then the Dallas Vikings are another team that kind of crept up there. Who again, they were hovering, low, 7, 8, 9, and then I guess they just kept getting wins. They just kept getting wins, and now the TUFL has several 10-win teams this season.
Yes.
But eventually, guess what? They all got to play each other.
Yeah. So somebody got to.
It's not going to stay that way.
Yeah.
It's not going to stay that way. So eventually, they'll the cream will rise to the top, as they say.
Yeah, absolutely good. It's another good league. Also, they just like the APDFL. They just you never know. I see a lot of them with one losses, but it's a tough league. They're playing in. So
And like I said, right now it's a tough league. But like I said, I feel the best one-loss team on this list right now is the Baltimore Saints. Right now. But they have this weekend to prove that. They can prove us wrong, or they can prove us right this weekend. We'll see.
Right.
And the next set, so we did the 15. So here we go. We got 15, we got 16 through 20. And I think we kind of talked about this already, but the San Antonio Warriors, they've had a real slide here. And Coach, you coached for a long time. How do you stop a slide?
Sometimes you just got to go back to basics. Just look at what's been going great for you during the season and stick with it. So sometimes teams they'll tend to try to what's the word I'm trying to think of? Try something new. Try to do more than what they're capable.
They overdo it. They press.
Yeah, there it is. Overdo it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can bite you in the butt. And I think that's what happened in the Warriors case. Because they are a very good team.
Right.
Now the team that I'm very impressed with, just one right above them, the Titans.
Right.
And they're the most impressive team because with them playing, they played 2 games. They played 2 games within 4 days.
Right.
They played a game last Tuesday, and then they came back and went again 4 days later on that Saturday and played and won both games.
They can get
the number 1 seed in the playoffs. So, that's a big thumbs up for that.
Right. That's being hungry. Because winning those 2 games, like you said, they gave them the number 1 seed in their conference. And like you said, it's the difference between being number 1 or being number 4. Because number 1, you're not going nowhere until the championship.
Right.
All roads lead through you. Now, I will say this. San Antonio did hold on. The Warriors held on to the number 2 spot. So it's possible that in a few weeks, we'll see that matchup again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
we'll see that matchup again. And we'll see.
You got to love Texas football. They're gonna get it done no matter what.
Yes, they are. Yeah, so by hook or by crook, as you say, right?
That's right.
By hook or by crook. And then let's round it out. We got 21 through 25. I think what catches my eye here, and it's unfortunate, but it's the right move because of the situation. The DMV Knights. So the DMV Knights dropped in the rankings, 7-1. But the issue is their season is over. They're on a 7-game winning streak. Again, they lost the first game of the season to the Skyhawks that we talked about earlier. And then they went on a 7-game running streak, which is what great teams do. Unfortunately, they had some difficulties within their league. We're not going to go into – we talked about that last week, so we're not going to rehash it. However, being off for the last 3 weeks and not being able to play any more games. They are a top team in the country. Unfortunately, that's gonna cause a slide to the bottom. Now, eventually, through attrition, teams losing, they'll probably slide back up a little bit, on the final rankings. However, season is over, so as of now, they fall, taking them out of contention for bowl bids, unfortunately. But again, no hit on them, just issues with the league. No hit on the league, just issues with the team. Couldn't make it work. Their season's over. So that's unfortunate because they had an opportunity. Because I would have been saying they're the best one-loss team had they still been playing. But
it was unfortunate that happened to the Knights. Like I said, we ain't gonna go in whole detail with it, but they've been playing great football. For the past, up until that point in the playoffs. But my hat's off still to them. But things happen. But
some things is out of your control. Like I said,
right.
Was it the league's fault? Was it their fault? Who are we to judge? We just that's just what happens. It's unfortunate. However, let's talk about some good news. Mississippi Dynasty, they've been playing well, even though they're low on the poll here. They took some losses early, but they won a playoff game. They're going to the second round of playoffs with APDFL. They up until this year, I don't think they were on like a 20-game winning streak or something like that. So they hadn't lost in a while. This is a dangerous, sneaky playoff team that could eventually win the championship.
Right. You're right about that. Mississippi, they just been playing good. They've been playing pretty good football. And like I said, in this tough APDFL, you may never know. And they got the Panhandle Crusaders that's going to be becoming the town,
right?
And face them this weekend. So it's going to be I think it's going to be a good one. I think they might be able to handle business out there in Pearl.
I think Mississippi Dynasty is the one team in the playoffs you don't want to play in the APDFL because, again, this is a championship caliber squad. Like I said, they were on a long winning streak before this year, and all it takes for them is just to get hot. Right game, the right sequence of events, and this team may not cool off until next year. Next year sometime. Maybe even the year after that. So you gotta Panhandle needs to get them out of there now, or they may be in a load of trouble, not just this season, but seasons to follow. So Mississippi is definitely a dangerous team. And to round out our top 25, the Woodland Tigers sneak back on here.
They back on.
They sneak back on here. Now this one was a little bit of a conversation. You were trying to figure out, and comparing records, comparing points against, points scored, doing what we do, trying to really figure out what team it was. And it came down to is the Woodland Tigers are in the ECFA Conference Championship this weekend, and they are the favorite to win that game.
Yes, they are.
They are the favorite to win that game. So we could be looking at the Woodland Tigers as a potential champion in the next few weeks. So that ultimately is what got them on the list this time. They took some hefty losses towards the end of the season that slipped them back. They got a couple wins that put them back on here, and they're hoping to do nothing but go up from this point. So they slid back on to the top 25. There are only 3 lost teams in the top 25, so they have no room for error. No room for error because a 4th loss, you out of here, buddy. So
and that's pretty much what they've been. They just didn't have anything else to lose, so that's why they've been playing good ball.
Right.
Going into the playoffs, and like I said, they right there at the conference, 1 game away from the made it back to the ECFA championship. So
exactly, yeah. So that rounds it out, and like I said, we are looking for to have some great games this weekend. We're looking for on this 3A side to keep doing what you're doing, keep sending in your scores. We got a few more weeks. We will do one more poll before our show, and then we'll have the ranking show for Sunshine Bowl. So we got one more poll to go. So these games in these next few weeks matter. This is the wrong time to lose. I say again, this is the wrong time to lose.
That's
and
right.
you know our motto, just win.
Just win.
Just win. All right. Hey, Joey, put up the two-way poll. Now, this two-way poll took us a little bit longer than the three-way poll.
Yeah, it took about 3 of the 4 hours.
Yeah, the two-way poll took a lot longer. It's just, tracking down the scores, figuring out if we were right in some areas, understanding what's going on in the different leagues, just really putting it all together. But this is what we got. So we got some teams on the rise, and we got some teams that are, that took a dip. Now, some teams took a dip not because they lost. Some teams took a dip because they haven't been playing. So again, dead time is bad time. You don't want to be idle 3-4 weeks in the middle of the season while everybody else is playing, right? So the idea is to stay active until you win your championship. Now, once you win your championship, it's your game, to stay current, to stay active, but it's not as important once you win your championship. You get your game here, get your game there until the bowl game, so you can stay active and keep your standings and keep up in your stock. But if you haven't won your championship yet and you're sitting at 8 wins, 6 wins, or whatever, everybody else is still playing.
That's right.
Everybody else is still playing. And also, and I want to say this, I want to be clear, your area, your region is not the only region that's playing good football. A lot of folks get it mixed up. Well, we did this. But you may did this in Florida, but in North Carolina, they did this. You may have did this in North Carolina, but in New York, they did this. So remember, you're not the only people playing good football, so stay active. So some folks have fallen because of inactivity, not because they lost. With that being said, let's get into it. Fayetteville Ducks won their championship. They stay at number 1. Do I say it right? Iredell or Iredell? How do you say that?
It's Iredell.
Iredell Warriors, they rise to number 2. Okay. They won their championship. Now, let me tell you about the Warriors team. They're looking to take over that number 1 spot. So they're looking to play these games. They're gonna test the circuit. I know their champion out of the CFA has a date with the CSFL champion on June 26th. That's a game that's definitely great for the game. They play that game. They could be looking at that number 1 spot. Again, activity, right? Mm-hmm. And champion versus champion. So if they win that game, they got a good shot at taking over that number 1 spot. Good shot.
Absolutely.
Not guaranteed, but it's a good shot.
It's a very good shot. They've been playing with a chip on their shoulder all year,
mm-hmm.
And you can look at some of the scores, you see why, they've been playing with a chip on their shoulder, but they just been playing good ball. They had might as well say it was a rout with the Kings Mountain Forest in that CFA championship. It was 38-6. And so they were like, we'll take all takers.
Right.
The Fayetteville Ducks, the CFA champions, that was a nail biter. It came down to the very last play, a Hail Mary in the end zone where they was able to knock it down from the Mandos to take that 14-12 win.
And the Fayetteville, the Mandos team, they're Sunshine Bowl winners. So we expect that type of game. We expect them to play that tough type of game. So that level of competition in a championship game is definitely, that speaks volumes. So, and ultimately for us, in them playing that level of competition in their championship game is why we feel they stayed at number 1. It's just all about the competition. So, and we know the Mandos bring a level of competition that is formidable and national bowl worthy because again they won their game. They beat the WPA Wildcats pretty good. in the Sunshine Bowl just last year. Well, just earlier this year. It wasn't even last year. Earlier this year.
Right, earlier.
Yep. So on the rise is the Virginia Mutiny. We just talked to the coaches. Of course, they got a championship game this weekend. Virginia Mutiny is playing, I think, the best football, honestly, out of all the teams on this list right here. In my opinion, no. They're playing the second best football on this list. All the teams, in my opinion. The second best. The Virginia Mutiny are the best one-loss team on this thing on the rankings right now. And they got an opportunity to prove it this weekend if they can get by the Franklin County Tigers. And another team that I want to hip you guys to in the top 5 is the Long Island Eagles. Now, this is the team I think is playing the best football out of everybody on this list. And they started the league a little bit later than everybody else. So, of course, earlier their ranking was lower because you had teams with 3-4 games ahead of them. They started 4 weeks after everybody else. However, over these past few weeks, they've caught up. They ended the regular season 8-0, and we got a chance to see a couple of their games live, especially the last one against the Brooklyn Bengals, who are a pretty daggone good team. And on Spin Move 360, check that channel out. For anybody, those guys do good work over there. And I think the Long Island Eagles are just playing the best football on the two-way side right now, from what I've seen. Just from the eyesight. Now, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But, that's your top 5. Any other words about the top 5, Coach?
No, you said it all, especially with the Long Island Eagles. They just been impressive. Ever since they came onto the scene, I've just been watching them, and they are really playing very good football, and they're on the rise. They get ready to go into their playoffs. So it's gonna be interesting what they do.
Right, definitely. So going to the 6 through 10. So the Sumter Sharks. Really good football team. We all know they're a really good football team.
Damn good football team.
But inactivity. Not their fault. League schedule, I don't know. But the reason for their drop is because we haven't seen them play. And that's the issue. We haven't seen them play in a while, and there's other teams that are still playing. I have no doubt, though, once they get rolling again, they'll start to climb back up there. But unfortunately, their league decided to move their championship game out of the zone for us to pick them for a national championship contention, which is unfortunate. So Sumter Sharks, Jerome Kennedy and crew, IFL as a whole, the Chattanooga Eagles, all the teams in that league, Alabama Sabres, we feel for you. We're still going to continue to rank you and look at what you do and report the great things that you do, and even see if we can get some coverage of the championship game that you fall out of the time frame where we can safely pick you to come, rank you to come, and get you in the game, and then for you to get to DC safely. It's too much, and we're sorry that those decisions had to be made. I heard you had some issues with the fielding and stuff like that because of COVID and all that stuff, and then we understand. So just to kind of explain to Sumter Sharks and all the IFL teams situation, so which is unfortunate. See who's also in this top 10. Oh, let's talk about it. Virginia Silverbacks won the UEAFL championship over the great Virginia Crusaders. That's huge. Yeah, Virginia Crusaders have won several national titles over the years. Those guys, great organization that the Sifs put together. Larry Sif and his wife, they do a great job. Always look good, play good, great facilities. Just a great organization overall. So for the Silverbacks to beat them, Jamie Davis, the owner, congratulations to them for winning their championship. We hats off. I can't say enough about their squad. They have I love their running back. The guy really gets it done. You know, you guys are definitely a professional organization representing Charlottesville, Virginia, and yeah, congratulations. Can't say enough about you guys, and I hope you guys put your application in for Sunshine Bowl. We'll love to see you. We'll love to have you, put you in the game, and let you represent for the country, and so everybody can see what you guys are made of, because you deserve it. So, Virginia Silverbacks, congratulations once again. Anything else about that 6-10?
Yeah, looking at the another auto team was North Carolina Rebels here at number 8. I know that they were Rebels are a very good team. You know, they had a small trip up against with the Chiefs during the regular season, but they would still end up becoming the number 1 seed going into this weekend when they're gonna be facing the East Carolina Bulldogs. So they definitely gonna have a chip on their shoulder, ready to go on this playoff run. And they gonna go after this CSFL championship.
Yeah.
They are the heavily favored.
Yeah, they are heavily favored, and this is one of those teams, that could possibly, they have the CSFL championship coming up. They win that, it'll bump them in the rankings, and then they got that matchup. If they win, they'll have a matchup with Iredale that would bump them up in the rankings too, and that would make the decision hard on us, and that's fine. Give us a tough decision.
Yeah, we like good problems.
Yeah, give us a good problem. Give us a good problem.
Yeah, so it's gonna be great. It's that Myrtle Beach is gonna be Bash at the Beach on the 26th.
Yeah, and listen, you know what? That's my wife's birthday weekend. You might mess around and see us in Myrtle Beach. you might catch that one. You might see us down there for sure. All right, let's talk about 11 through 15. I like the Florida Jaguars. All right, the Florida Jaguars, 9-3 team. They went through they're in the Universal Football League out of Florida. They have the Bowl City Thunder. This is one of those teams that entered the playoffs. You didn't say much, you didn't think much, but again, a dangerous playoff team that if you don't slow them down early, it could cause you problems. And they've been causing people problems in the UFL, and they cause enough problems to end up in the championship game. Bowl City's been in the top 5 pretty much the whole year, but a slip up here against the Jaguars is not out of the question. So I like the Florida Jaguars. And they play their championship game this weekend. I'm sorry. They do play their championship. Huh?
Yes. Yeah, they got the championship game.
They got their championship game this weekend. So I almost forgot. Yeah, this is a dangerous team. And the championship is not like an open and shut case for Bowl City. It definitely isn't. And I like and honestly, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm going on a limb here and say, I'm gonna predict the Florida Jaguars to beat Bowl City. I am. Ooh. I'm gonna predict. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times in life before, but something about when I watch a little film, I got a chance to see a little bit about what they have going on. That's a proud bunch. Yeah. That's a proud bunch. And something about having a proud bunch of guys who really want it. Yeah, Bowl City, I think, is the better team on paper, roster spot for roster spot. But that pride, that little extra, that moxie. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. That moxie they got could be the deciding factor. Like I said, I'm going to say Florida Jaguars again, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Now,
who do you like in that 11 through 15?
Well, the one that nobody is really talking about. No one is not talking about in this region too much, and that's the Fayetteville Commandos. Now, mind you, yes, they have been playing. They've been playing basically in a split season between 2 leagues all year. And of course, they did take the loss to the number one Fayetteville Ducks just this past Saturday, but now they're going to be back together. This it's no playing 2 games in one day that they've been doing all year now, and with them taking that loss to the Ducks, I mean, it's stinging. It's stinging hard. I think it's stinging harder than when the Predators lost to the Tomahawks in that overtime game back in Sunshine Bowl. I think it's stinging like that with the Commandos. They are really, really hurt about this, and they're going to come out with a vengeance in their playoff game. They got the Carolina Chiefs, the team that did beat the Rebels in the regular season.
Right.
So watch out for them.
Watch out for them.
I really think that you talking about somebody, I know I'd be saying, people playing with a chip on their shoulder. I think they're playing with something else on their shoulder. So, you can name, I think, that monkey on their back, but I think they grabbed it and ready to body slam it. So watch out for the Fayetteville Commandos in this playoffs, because they could be the sleeper going into CSFL playoffs.
Good to know. All right.
They got, that air attack they got with Ryan Bach and Brian Carpenter, that's, well, that tandem right there, boy, it's dangerous. If Carpenter gets the ball in his hand, it's going to be a problem.
You want to go night-night? You want to go night-night? Absolutely.
And give you a thumbs down in the process.
Indeed. So watch out, y'all. Fayetteville Commandos, they play this weekend, and they get a chance to show everybody what they got. 16 through 20, you know who had a chance and they were playing really good football, but they ran into the Long Island Eagles, was the Brooklyn Bengals.
Yep.
The Brooklyn Bengals, we know they're a good football team. My guy Edgy, he put together a great program, very prideful, runs a good program. Been working with us all year, making sure the TFL has been on the map. And even though he took that loss, nobody else wants to play him and play those Bengals. So, yeah, they took the L to the Long Island Eagles, but this is a dangerous team once they start playoffs. And I wouldn't be surprised if we seen a Brooklyn Bengals versus Long Island Eagles championship game. Or a conference championship game. I don't know how they, got everything structured. But I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen those Brooklyn Bengals play those Eagles again for something big. So that's a team in that 16 through 20 bracket that you definitely got to watch out for in the TFL. And then another team, the other two teams, it's hard for me to read these teams. And I know I have an error on here, Brooklyn, Baltimore Rams. I think they're 6-1. I didn't get the updated record until yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to update it. But the Baltimore Rams and the New York Predators, they seem like ever since, their playoffs started, they're on a collision course, I believe. And I think they play this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have all the schedule. But these are two very good teams. The York Predators at one point, I think, had a 35-game win streak or something like that. I don't know the exact numbers. And the Baltimore Rams are resurging this year. They had a couple bad years. So I feel like these are the two best teams right now playing in the ACFA. And you know what? They're going to give us a show here. But like I said, eventually they're going to take each other out. Unfortunately, I don't think at the ACFA, I don't know if they're going to have enough games. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get to the required amount of games, but we'll see. We'll talk to them. We'll talk to their league representation. Maybe they can set up something where they can get a few more games to qualify for nationals. But like I said, those two teams are playing good in that league.
Yeah, absolutely.
And another team that no, I think that's all I got for that. Who you got for the 16 to 20?
No,
I think.
Well, you hit the ones that I was going to talk about was the
okay.
Predators. So yeah.
All right, so let's move to 22-25. I'll let you take this one. Who talk about these teams?
Well, let's see. Well, as far as with the Crusaders, they took They took that tough loss against the Silverbacks, in the runner. Actually, it looked like runner-ups. That two of them mostly hit the bottom with the Mandos, the Crusaders, and Kings Mountain. All of them lost in their championship game.
Mm-hmm.
So out of all the ones, the Mandos really, one that really took it hard. With that 2-point loss, like I said, it was last second Hail Mary, had a chance to win that game. And then the Carolina Redhawks, they lost in the second round to the Force.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they lost to the Force in that second round. So that's pretty much rounded up. And then Cecil County Chaos, I think they had. I think they the one that came back into the top 25 if I'm not mistaken.
No, the Cecil County Chaos were actually ranked a little bit higher, but remember they got put out the league. I don't know if their fault. We can't call it if there was a league fault, but either way,
Right.
Their season is over.
They're over.
So, you got to fall because of that. You can't finish. For whatever reason, we're not here to discern whatever the reasons are, were just or unjust. We can't get into league politics or rationale. We don't do all that. We just
want the best burger on the table.
That's it, right? And if you don't finish, right, regardless of who's right, who's wrong, you didn't finish. So since you didn't finish, we will recognize you as a good team. We will recognize what you've done that season. We even probably say it's unfortunate, but we can't we can't rationalize that. We can't start doing that because that would mess up the rankings because there are teams that are still playing. So with that being said, these are the rankings. We'll get them posted on the page. Of course, there's going to be comments. Of course, folks are going to agree, disagree, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, the best way to prove us wrong is just to win, right? And then at the end of the season, if we do have to make some hard decisions, remember your body of work speaks for you, right? You can call Sean, you can call somebody on the board, you can call me all day, every day. It doesn't matter. Your body of work is what we're looking at when we come down to those hard decisions. For example, it's because I know this team, they're just on the line, the Virginia Mutiny. If it came down to us picking them versus another team, we know for sure that the Virginia Mutiny played the Connecticut Falcons. They played a team out of state. They played teams out of their league. Guess what? That might give them a little bump up if there's another team, say like the Bowl City Thunder, who wins their championship, and the Virginia Mutiny win their championship, and they're going for the same spot. Well, we know they played a team out of their region. We know they played another team out of their league, right? And we're looking at everybody's body of work. So at the end of the day, your body of work matters. Your league competition matters, right?
Yeah.
So would you say something, Sean?
Yeah, I was agreeing with you. All those things do play a factor. Quality wins. That's one as well. And look at quality wins, and we also don't look at bad losses.
Bad losses.
So
they stay.
A lot of those things is going to be talked about. So don't think we just look at the win and loss. No, it's more to it.
Yeah, your body of work. You got to put in the body of work every season. That's another thing too. Stop coming up to us saying we did this 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Congratulations, right? But what does that got to do with 2021?
Hey, Janet Jackson said it best.
What have you done for me lately? So, again, good luck to everybody, right? If you're not satisfied with your body of work, we're probably not either. So go find that game. Find that game. Go play that team. You know what I'm saying? Stay active. Because I'm telling you, if you're not satisfied, you got to know we're not. Like I said, it's more than just me and Sean. We have a whole board. So if you're not, you got to impress everybody. So at the end of the day, we're looking at teams represent at Sunshine Bowl. It's getting tight. Spring Nationals are coming up July 24th, 25th. And we got the location, Sean.
Yes, make that announcement.
Well, we're going to be at Potomac Senior High School in Dumfries, Virginia. Potomac Senior High School in Dumfries, Virginia. The good people at Potomac are going to let us play there. They want us to have the event there. They been hosting semi-pro football all year round. I personally have played some of my Seahawks games there in the past. Great facility, great people.
Mm-hmm.
The AFA is actually playing their championship game there this weekend. So, yeah, we're gonna play. We're gonna be there. It's outside of DC, right outside of DC. So you're gonna fly in. You can fly into Dulles. You can fly into Reagan, or you can even fly into BWI. Reagan and Dulles would probably be the better two. But right outside of DC, we're gonna set up hotel deals. We'll have that information posted within the next few weeks, so you guys can file in there. We're gonna try to get people close to the MGM, so you guys can enjoy the festivities. MGM is 15 minutes from DC actual. The sites, it's about 25 minutes from the field, and it's right there at the MGM. So we're trying to get people with, so we're going to try to get a nice little hotel and a Top Golf over there too. Nice little Top Golf too. So we're going to try to get people over there, set up a hotel deal. We've been working on it. So prepare for a good time in July 25th and 24th and 25th, Potomac Senior High School. Great people over there, great field, great atmosphere, stadium, bleachers on both sides, scoreboard, press box, everything you need to hold a great national championship game. So that's where we're at, people. That's where we're at.
Yeah, and I think you did, before you made that announcement, like you did your rant for the day.
There's no rant. No rant today. There's no rant. Oh, I guess it was a rant earlier, but it's not. But it was. I just leave it at that. What you got for us, Joey?
What do I got for you, Coach Crow? Let me tell you, we got ourselves a hell of a time coming up this summer. I said it earlier today on Facebook. We're going to have announcements at every single show tonight. This is the first of 5 we're doing. We still got 4 more to go. Let's get out of the way. The first announcement, it's related to the Sunshine Bowl going on in DC. We will be down there covering it. We'll be live for it. Looking forward to it. TBT and the Sunshine Bowl collaborating once again to bring you an awesome event. We'll be releasing the documentary on the previous Sunshine Bowl back in February. Prior to it, which will feature all 6 games, as well as the lead up and the ending, everything we saw and went through during the tournament, the event. Great times down in Miami back in February. We're going to have an even better, bigger time. It's going to be lit. It's going to be legit down in Dumfries, Virginia at Potomac High School, July 24th and the 25th. Be there, watch it. We'll be having on YouTube Live, I do believe, for the games once again. So that'll be public access. Anybody can get a hold of it if you have a YouTube app on your phone or can put it in your browser. No need to sign in or anywhere else. We'll have the link shared all over. We'll start about 10 to 15 minutes before we broadcast, so you guys can get ready, get set, get your drinks ready, get your food ready, sit on the TV, watch it for your feet up, ready to go for the Sunshine Bowl. 6 games in 1 weekend. It can't get any better than this, Coach Crow.
Hey man, we're happy to be able to put it on. This will be the first time we're going to do spring exclusive nationals, and this has been a long time coming. I feel great that it's finally coming together, and I'm working with these great people on the board this year. Me and Sean and Troy, Mitch Mercedes, and Jesse Guy Rechasso have been kind of working it for a long time, and to bring on the new board members has been intense. because these folks are intense. But it's been great because things that may not bother me and Coach Sean anymore because we just done seen it all. They point them out, and it makes for more concise and better selections, and it puts us in a better spot. So appreciate the board for all the work they've done this year so far. Appreciate you, Joey, for giving us a platform and working with us. And we're gonna have a great Sunshine Bowl. Luckily, I don't have to coach a team in it this year. I know it sounds great. It sounds bad, but I wish the Knights could have kept it going. I got my Knights shirt on, I wish the Knights could have kept it going. But, the glass half full for me is at least I get to sit down the whole time this time instead of running around like a chicken with my head cut off and then coaching a game. So
been there, done that. My first ever 9-man championship. I was also the media for the tournament. I did about 6 of the 9 games that day.
Wow. Yeah.
All coaching up to my team Blunt Talk. And you know what? You want a chip? I want a chip. It works out in the end when you got to multitask.
I guess, but my dogs were hollering at me. I'm going to tell you that right now.
You need a golf cart, but those bleachers could be killer. I get that.
Yeah. So we're going to, it's going to be a good time. 24th and 25th. Also, since we're making announcements, we're also, just for a little fun, to bring some fun in the sun, we're also going to be doing a 7-on-7 semi-pro tournament, July 10th. So we've got about 8 teams so far. We'll get the flyer together. Of course, once we get the flyer together, we'll probably get a few more teams. So we're looking to put 12 teams in it. Pool play first half of the day, and then tournament play. We're going to be looking to the prizes. I think it's going to be $1,000 if we get 12 teams. So that's going to be nice. And then I think we'll give $250 to the runner-up. So basically, if you make it to the championship game, you get your money back at least. And if you win it, you get $1,000 for your organization. So so we're going to be doing that July 10th. More to follow on that. It's either going to be at Freedom High School or Deanwood Recreational Center. We're just waiting for the approval for either one of them. That should come tomorrow. We'll go with the best, situation for everybody. But we'll have that all laid out. So we're looking to do something a little bit different, a little bit fun. Get some teams out there. All love, we'll have some good eats out there, have a DJ, have some music, and and try not to catch any heat exhaustion. But other than that, it's gonna be a good time in the city. And like I said, so a bunch of good things coming up along the way in semi-pro football. We're gonna catch them here on Meet Me at the 50. Are we back next week, Joey?
Next week. Let me get back to you on that.
Okay.